Hello, welcome in to the circle. I hope you can find a comfortable place to sit and join me for a little bit. This is a message in a bottle reading, and that just means that whenever this reading finds its way to you, there might be something in it for you. It doesn't matter how long ago it was done, it's reaching you for a reason. Now, if you listen to it and you say, Elizabeth, there wasn't anything in it for me, it's okay. You can move on. It's just pushing you to the next circle, which that may be the right thing for you. These circles are wonderful because they connect and they interlink, and you never know which one is going to take you onto a new path. So if there is something in this for you, you'll know when it clicks just right, when it resonates, when you're just sort of locked in and hearing and you have that yes, yes, yes. Um, I encourage you to have a pen and paper if you are someone who often takes notes, um, because sometimes keywords will jump out at you and the things that click and the things that resonate, and you can write them down. So we're going to do an oracle reading, and we will do a 5 card reading just to see where we're at and do a little check-in, a little clarity reading today. So one last shuffle here. We'll let everything get in line for the messages to come through. Maybe for you. Let's see. Transformation. Boy, you've been getting that one a lot. It's a good one. Power. What are you going through, friend? New life. Power shot. Spiritual cleansing. You may be feeling stuck right now. Change is coming. Shadow. The shadow card is the shadow. Okay. So, yeah. And these were all but the power shot, spiritual cleansing, and the shadow were both drawn upside down, which that to me does not read reversal or the opposite in a classic sense. It's more, I read them in different ways. So spiritual cleansing, this tells me that this is coming for you, that you need it. There's energy that's stuck. There's a lack of movement. There's something that needs to be freed, something that needs to be moved on. You can do some really deep cleansing breaths, breathe them in all the way down into the deepest part of you, not just to expand your lungs, not just to feel your belly rise, but breathe that air down into the deepest part of you. And when you do, you relax your shoulders, you unclench your jaw, you lift your tongue or lower your tongue from the roof of your mouth, and just breathe. And make sure you can do it 5 times. You need this. I don't know why I'm saying it, but you need this. You need this change. You need this shift of energy. You need to do something to help whatever is blocked right now. And it feels like it's something emotional. And I love how even the physical act of yoga can change where your energy is and what emotions come up. Have you ever stood at the edge of a yoga mat and cried? I have. It is I have had some strange things come up while I am just standing, moving, letting my fingers rain down and rolling up into mountain and moving into pigeon. And yeah, but it's helpful. It's good. So spiritual cleansing, get that energy unstuck. Shadows are with us all the time. They're always there. And on one hand, they're very flat and very one-dimensional. But depending on the light that is cast, they can elongate and can become enormously huge and fearsome. But if you shine the light directly overhead and make it a bright light, that shadow becomes very small. It also can become condensed. So shine your light in lots of different angles, lots of different ways. Take a look at what is lurking. It's not something that is scary. It's just something that's with us. something that we're carrying everywhere. It's a part of us that is stuck, that is unhealed, and won't let us move into our new power, won't let us move into our new life because it's holding us back. Turn that shadow on its head. Look at it from the head, to the feet. Start at the top, work your way down. Well, I guess start at the top, work your way down. I guess in this case, if you start at the feet, um, tickle its toes. Monsters are ticklish. Okay, let's do a 5 card reading. I have done a few readings today, and in between every reading, when the camera is off, I shuffle really, really well. So it's always interesting to me how every deck shuffles differently in a reading versus out of a reading. I very rarely, even hand shuffling, I very rarely will get flyers or ones like that when I'm shuffling, even just sitting in hand shuffling, unless I'm doing a reading. So I will take, and there's the Emperor has decided to show himself. He was the second card. Our first card that was face down, Ace of Wands, new energy, new start. And our Emperor, rule and structure and guidance and overseeing, kind of held and protected. But I want to say there's kindness even in rigidity. I don't know why that's coming to my mind, but we'll see. And I'm gonna shuffle one more time, let the cards get in line. And the King of Pentacles came out. He's sitting a little sideways, so we'll choose to read him upright. King of Pentacles. That's gathering all of your resources. That is the pinnacle of having home and family and everything around, everything grounded and in its place. The Emperor and the King. All right. So we're going to start with right in the middle here. Another ace. Ace of Pentacles. We got our behind. This is the Six of Pentacles. Before, we've got our Seven of Wands. Our above, 10 of Cups. Nine of Cups reversed. And then below, the Eight of Swords. That was also reversed. And I'm going to pull a shadow card. The Eight of Pentacles reversed. Are you starting a new job? This feels like, what does this feel like? This is feeling like a new job, like new systems, new structure, new job, new. I don't know about career path, but like a new situation for you. There's new energy to it. The behind was the Six of Pentacles, and that even though that there was a choice that was made, like you made this choice to move into this new position, this new job, this new role, this new starting the new business, whatever this new path is. There was some judgment around the money and around what you were making and about where your resources should go. Should I do this? Should I do that? There was some looking at it. The Seven of Wands. This is what's in front of you right now. This is figuring out where to put your energy, what to do next. Here's this new role. Here's this new start. And so how do I go about it? What do I do? So this is a card, it's a card of action, but it's also a card of sitting back and looking and seeing what's the best place. Where do I go? How do I funnel my energy? Where do I put my time? How do I divide up my passions? Above, our fat cat. That is, everything's available to you, but it's upending it. Did you walk away from something? Did you walk away from something that had a lot of emotion to it? Maybe a family business, or are you striking out on your own? That's what this is kind of giving. Yeah, this is kind of giving that you walked away from something that either you considered them family, you were close to them. There was a lot of emotion to it, and there's a lot of emotion pouring out and upending into this new start, into this fresh start. And below, this was reversed. There's some blind faith there. There's a lot of trust. It's getting all your thoughts lined up and stepping forward. Blind faith. New energy. This is one of the cards that flipped. The Emperor. A little more structure, maybe a loftier position, something a little higher up, or that you hope it will be. But feels like this is a bigger company or a bigger situation that you've stepped into. There's more rules, there's more structure, there's more oversight. There's more that you have to follow, that you have to go along with, that you have to, more red tape kind of to deal with, to fall in line with. And the King of Pentacles also came out. And there's stability and groundedness in it. I feel like all of this is, even though there's some uncertainty to it, it's good. So all of this stuck energy that you have was around the job that you've left or that you're transitioning to. And so your shadow card is your Eight of Pentacles. It's reversed. It's upending your way of doing business. It's upending the order of doing business. It's upending the stability and the structure that you had and all of the resources that you had and everything you'd lined up in your career. So if you made a big career change, this is definitely feeling like a big, like a change. This is a big change. So if you've stepped away from something that felt very close knit and family and are now, or just smaller, secured, I keep family, and you've moved into this new, like a corporate structure, there's transformation here. It's a stepping into your power. There's validation here that you've made the right decision, that you've made this choice. If you haven't made, I feel like you've made this choice. I feel like this is something that you have done this, that you made the decision. This is your past, that you have made the decision because there's more money in it for you, that it's about, you have judged where the money needs to go and where it needs to come from and what is the best place to get it from. You have chosen. So all of this is just validating. This is your new life. And there's a new power in it. Even if it's a low on the totem pole thing, sometimes when things align with us a little bit more, like new path, new life, things were stuck in the old one. And this is part of that spiritual cleansing. I want to know about the Seven of Wands. Tell me more. Knight of Swords flipped out, reversed. Tell me more. That's quick thinking and quick communication, and yeah, that feels like a good validation. That's forward. That's swift. The Knight of Swords is very swift movement, but he was reversed, which again does not mean it's the opposite. Okay, so Six of Wands, the Hermit, Three of Wands, shadow card, the Five of Swords. So you're upending a situation that was not to your benefit. So I feel like you're going to have a little concern around, did I make the right choice? There's some looking back at it. There's some questioning. especially because the acknowledgement that you had before, the energy that you had before, this is kind of like you're being lost in this new situation. This was upended. That feeling of camaraderie and validation and applause, the lauding, the way you were lauded, um, cheered, womp womp. That feels like that's leaving. And there's a lot of consideration that these are two cards of waiting and looking, of getting your feet under you, and where do I put my energy, and not really knowing what do I do next. It's a little bit breathless because it's wands, it's energy. It's a little bit breathless. It's a little bit uncertain. Behind it, above it, with it is taking a step back and looking at everything and seeing the bigger picture and shining the light on what is below, where you came from, the path that you have wandered to get here. So there will be a little concern, I think, a little uncertainty about the energy. I think the energy, the vibe is just going to be a little bit different. And if you are going from that smaller company to a much larger company with that different corporate structure, that's going to play a part. I feel like, okay, if this was like a telecommunications industry, like I just feel like this is about telecommunications. This is about a form of communications. This is a communications business. This was the Knight of Wands that fell out when I was asking about this Seven of Wands. I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords that fell out as I was asking about this Seven of Wands. You also have your Three of Wands. This was that's a waiting for your ship to come in. You've put it out there, right? And now you're just waiting. You're just waiting for your ship to come in, waiting for the things that you've put out there to start finding their way back to you. And it's reversed. I feel like you just have that weight. But the shadow card for this, the underlying card, is there's some concern about deception, about mistruths, about being misled, about thievery, for whatever the reason is that you left the other company, the other employment situation. I feel like some of those concerns are going to be coming back up for you. And I feel like you're going to be questioning what you knew and figuring some things out for yourself. There's a lot here around communication, speedy and expedited. I keep getting this expedited. If you find yourself, as anytime there's a period of change that you get stuck, you may find yourself stuck again. When you go through this change, it's kind of like when you travel and you go away somewhere and you end up being a little backed up. Things get stuck. So when there's change, it feels like there's going to be something that there's a little bit of, there's hesitation, there's uncertainty, there's checking to make sure you're okay. A lot of checking in because it is change. And I feel like there's going to be some stuck points. I don't know if this applies to you. So if it doesn't, let it go. But I feel like if you fibbed a little bit on your resume, I feel like you're going to get found out. If you made yourself look a little bit better, or you something about doing it in a little bit of a false way, I feel like that's coming for you and someone's going to find out. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple more cards. Tell me more about this lying. Tell me more about the cheating and deception. Ooh. What came out was the Nine of Wands. A lot of things to do with your energy. A lot of nervous, uncertain energy here. This fell out. Let me pull these other ones. Queen of Pentacles. So everything's going to be okay. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. All right. So, the truth shall set you free. This is, if whatever happened, whether you were the liar or someone else was the liar, or there was deception, or there was thievery, or there was falsehoods, there was deception of some sort, there was something shady was going on. You find out something. There's something that you find out, and it's going to happen kind of quick. It sets you back a little bit. It makes you a little guarded. It makes you a little uncertain, because suddenly you feel a little battered, a little bruised, and maybe a little taken advantage of. But it works out. That Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, that's delivering a very good thing to you. You'll come into a good harvest. It'll take a little time, but things will balance out. So, boy, this one got sticky. This one really got sticky for me. Okay. I think I've given you enough. You're a smart cookie. You can put these pieces together, right? Okay, especially if you're writing it down. Okay. So, I'm going to be your tarot mom for a minute. So what do you do with all this? You just use it as validation. Those deep breaths are not going to hurt you. Go ahead and take them at any time. Go ahead and do it right now. Pull that air down into the deepest part of you and relax your shoulders and remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. This path that you're on is good. This change is good. This new position that you've taken, that you've stepped into, a little more powerful. I think it's going to be a little disruptive for you, because I think, especially if you've walked away from something that's a little more family oriented, I think there's going to be an adjustment period. And I think some of that deception, it may not be something that you did necessarily, but I think there's going to be, it will be communicated to you. Somehow you're going to find that what you thought you needed to be, or what you thought the company was, is not really the way that it is. But ultimately, if you can let go of that, if you can work with that, I think you'll be okay. There was some good culmination in all of that. So again, what do you do with it? You take the high road. If there is something that you, if you're in a situation where you alluded to knowing more than you actually do, fess up. If you're in a situation where you feel like you made the wrong choice, weigh the options. Look at what they really are. Look at what might actually be going on that you're not seeing. Because sometimes things can feel bad right away, and it turns out it's just our being blind to the situation and not seeing all of it for what it really is. And I think if you give it a little bit of time and you trust, I think it'll be there for you. But no matter what, you still have to take care of yourself in all of this. You still have to do what's right for you. So make sure that you're into that higher version of yourself. Make sure you're following your highest path. Thank you for being in this circle with me for a little while. I appreciate you being here. I wish you well.